Well, good afternoon and welcome aboard the Good Ship Conversations. We're at sea here. This is my first solo, single-handed offshore sailing experience. We're offshore now about 150 miles off the southwest coast of Sumatra. Left Bali 5 days ago. We're going to be heading northwest from here and then north around the northern tip of Sumatra and then sailing west to the island of Langkawi in Malaysia. So it's been quite a trip. It's been 5 excellent days of sailing so far. The trade winds have been blowing nice steady 10 or 15 knots. Been sailing 125, 150, even 180 miles a day. So it's been an outstanding trip, and I've really been enjoying this experience. It's also given me some time to think about what I'm doing with the Sail 7 Seas, and I thought this would be a good time to take a few minutes and introduce my programs, my ideas, and my hopes and my wishes for you and others who are interested, as I am, in creating a life of purpose, passion, and power. This whole journey of the 7 Seas, well, it probably began many years ago for me as a young man learning to sail, but it really came into focus 3 years ago when my wife and I left Vancouver, British Columbia in our first boat to sail the South Pacific, ending up eventually in New Zealand and Australia. In the course of that trip, I did a lot of thinking about what does it take to get away from a conventional life, as a life would be lived tied to the dock, for example, and to put the sea in a life that's full of adventure and life and excitement and living. And as I thought about that over the ensuing months of sailing through the South Pacific, what became clear to me is that really living on the adventure of a lifetime, what's significant is not the adventure itself, but rather the bringing oneself to a place where we're capable of making the decision to leave in the first place. So it's getting away from the dock and into our dreams and the things for which we are passionate that's significant. So as I thought more and more about that, I became more and more curious about what does it take? What does make it possible for people to create lives that are extraordinary, to create lives that are a reflection of their gifts and their passions and their joys? That's where the 7 Seas came from. The 7 Seas are really a construct of ideas, mental models of what I call uncommon sense, ideas about how to view ourselves and our lives. 7 Seas also emerged as 7 strategies, 7 strategic areas that we can build our capacity and our ability to make choices in our lives that culminate in us being able to step out into a life that we want to create for ourselves in the vision of who we are and not so much in what the rest of the world would have us be and do. So it's my great joy to be here today, just having finished the manuscript for the first book, and now just putting together the first lecture series and workshops that I'm going to be taking forward in the next couple of years. So I want to invite you to explore the website, find out more about what we're doing, join our community, contribute to the idea pool that we're building around 7 Seas and what it takes to create a life of extraordinary living and adventure. Thank you for joining us, and I look forward to seeing more of you. Thank you. Bye.